good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings be upon you. I'm Anna P, and welcome to the Aeina Show. This could be a podcast. What I wanted to do with this episode, my intention was just to introduce to you the concept of what it is that I've tried to create here. And before I do that, I want to give you a little backstory on how this even came into being. So for this entire year, I've been talking about to my friends how everyone's been telling me to start a podcast. They're like, oh my God, you need a podcast, you need a show. And I've been talking about it myself, like, I'm manifesting a podcast. I am totally starting it. I have planned it multiple times, not just this, actually not this year at all, but a lot last year. I had my episodes in check. I had guests that I'm going to invite, and there was this whole structure and plan on how it would be. And then that plan just never really took place, right? So many things happened, life happened. So one of my friends, Farhan Gori, he is going to be in the first episode. He reached out to me while he was in Riyadh, and he's like, I'm coming to Pakistan for about, say, 8 days or something, and I want to record a podcast with you. And the intention for that episode was like, theek hai, wo aayega, and we're going to record like a one-off thing. I'll put it on my YouTube, and khalas, that's it, right? So he comes in, and we start to record this podcast. And I guess 6 to 8 times we had electrical malfunctions in the recording. So we were like, okay, obviously the universe is giving us a sign. By universe, I mean God. So we decided, we were like, okay, khalas, we'll come back the next day. And we go back home, and now we're getting, dressed up to come again. So while I was getting ready, it just occurred to me that I have been talking about wanting to start a podcast for so long. And I have this Instagram where I've joked to my friends about something called the Aeina Show, and it's just funny conversations. And I was like, you know what? I mean, I've rented a studio. I might as well just do something called the Aeina Show. So welcome to the Aeina Show. The intention with this show is for me to have real and raw conversations with just everyday people, my friends, people that I respect and value. And it's not necessarily that I bring in experts on certain topics that, this is this doctor with like 40 years of experience and whatnot, which is great. But I feel like that is something that everybody is out there doing, right? Everybody's calling in experts and they're giving their expert advice on stuff. But what I really want to do is have conversations about the collective human experience, conversations about what we all go through in our lives, about authenticity, which is the first episode, about trauma, about, childhood trauma, which is something that we hardly ever speak about, conversations about spirituality, about religion, about things that are important, things that we all can relate to. And I'm not somebody who freaking, wakes up at 3 a.m. and I start my day. Well, I do sometimes, but I'm not going to tell you that, when I wake up, in 20 minutes, I've had my first day. In the next 20 minutes, I'm 2 days ahead of you. I'm not going to tell you that, because I want this to be relatable. I want this to be an experience you have with me and my friends. Because so many times I've had conversations with my friends where, we talk about like something really deep, right? And then at the end, we're like, man, like there should have been a camera here. Like this could have been a podcast, which is why the name, this could have been a podcast, right? So with that, I really look forward to experiencing this with you, and maybe even inviting some of you over to just talk about the real raw intricacies of the human experience, and how through this shared, connection, perhaps we can all come together, perhaps we can all learn from one another, gain insights together, and perhaps we can heal just a little bit more and tap into our hearts just a little bit deeper. Enjoy the ride, as will I, and I'll see you in the first episode. Bye-bye.